Hello, Robots in Disguise fans, and welcome to another episode of the AFTERBUZZ TV Transformers Robots in Disguise After Show. We are covering Episode 9, Impounded. We'll see you after the opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I think we got the techno remix there.
I know. I wonder if it sounded that way to everybody else.
I will never regret this as an opening song choice. Ever.
I like his dance moves. Megan's just grooving out over here.
Is this not how people
like
danced
I want
in
like
the
a
70s?
plush velvet suit and a ruffly white collar, you know? Like,
See, I figured I would just dress up like a crane. Because that totally fits
makes
it.
total sense. I would never recognize you if you were dressed as a crane.
That'd be a groovy outfit. We're just cool cats hanging out here.
Welcome to the show, you guys. I have with me Emma, the Speedster Fyffe.
Hello, that's me. You can find me all over the internet at Emma Fyffe.
Megan, Lord Megan Salinas.
Hey guys, you can tweet at me at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin.
And I am Katie Prime Cullen. You can find me on Twitter at KiaXet. That's KIAXET. We are checking our Twitter hashtag. That's ABTVRID. We're also going to have the live chat pulled up in just a few moments. So if you got something fun to say, put it on the live chat, put it in the hashtag. You may well get a shout out. Quillfire's back, you guys. The Redditor has returned.
Oh,
Viva la revolution!
For shame for the revolution.
Oh my gosh.
All Hamilton, all the time. Yeah, I just, the Redditor is back, and it is Pokemon. Everyone gets mini-cons.
It really is. Yeah, this season, like, if we've learned nothing else, it's that basically everyone is a mini-con trainer, essentially.
And they all come in convenient Pokeball form.
They do. They do.
And for the
everybody
record,
gets teams.
Of
and
at
for the
least
record,
two.
His starter Pokemon are adorable.
They
They really are.
Oh my god,
Yeah, they're
so
real cute. They're real
Their
cute.
names are Back and Forth. Because we ran out of names, I guess. Like, we were,
Well,
when
it
the
makes
first few
sense.
mini-cons rolled off the line, we were putting actual effort in, and then by the time that they had, like, the person whose job it is to name them was just like, back, forth, to, fro, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
I will say, though, it actually makes sense given their special abilities. You know, with the magnetic pulling and pushing and stuff like that. So it makes sense.
It does, but usually they're a little more poetic. These are just like, well, it's Quillfire.
Well, it would be one of those
Did
things
they
where
get to name their mini-cons?
I feel like mini-cons, like, I don't know. It all boils down to, like, how does Transformer parentage work? You know what I mean? Because it's like...
I mean, we touched on it briefly in Prime with the protoforms.
Right.
But yeah, we still don't really know, like,
like, do they have parents that gave them names?
I'm pretty
Or
sure
is
they're
everyone
built.
forged?
Or are they
And
like...
I wouldn't be surprised if the island just has an assembly line that's just
Sure.
rolling mini-cons
Right.
down the barrel.
So then are they like pets? Because it's like you receive your pet after they have been born. Your pet's parent does not name it. You know what I mean?
You name it. And again, they would have, these two in particular would have had to come as a set, otherwise their names make no sense when not in relation to each other.
Well,
Sure.
Cimicors also ostensibly came as a set because they look alike, they have the same voice, and they, golly, what were they, Query? And I don't remember, but they were both
something like
scientific
that.
terms, and I thought they were hysterical.
Voiced by Jeff Bennett, both
Right.
of them.
Yes, hence the same voice. Roz Mystica in the chat says Bakugan Brawl.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not wrong.
yeah.
And Kiki Stubbs says Predacons long lost child, which that's what that reminds me of. It's like a tiny dinosaur.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm down. They were super cute. I kind of want one. I'd want one a lot more if they weren't destructive and evil, but nonetheless.
Well, I feel like
cute.
this is perhaps an instance of nature versus nurture, and like in the hands of a good bot, like they could really be adorable.
It's like
And what I'm saying
helpful.
is, when you adopt a kitten, you don't know what their personality when they grow up is going to be like. So
Yeah.
it's like, we adopted these mini-cons. Oh god, they're evil.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, these are probably the most animal-like of all the minicons that we've seen.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, even, obviously the theme for most of them is animal, but these ones didn't even speak. Like
Yeah.
most of it was hissing.
Right.
Admittedly, the ones we had in the season opener didn't speak either, but they were like small children with the banging of the pots and pans and whatnot.
And also more sort of humanoid, as most of the mini cons we've seen have been. So these were definitely a deviation and more in line with the Decepticons that we've seen. So maybe this is a nature versus nurture situation, and because these are animal-like, they are therefore fundamentally evil.
Aww. But they're no fault
Quillfire's
of
a
their
terrible
own.
parent.
True.
15-year-old Redditors do not make good parents.
Children
no.
raising children. It's just bad.
Yep.
So yeah, we actually start out with a completely different one-off con called Silverhound, who evidently had a damaged audio receptor?
Sure.
Question mark?
Yeah. I sort of forgot about him because he was like just very, very briefly in the beginning of the episode. He was like
He was the bisque of this episode.
Yeah, and Springload too, like just kind of showed up for a second and then just like rode off
into the distance.
Springload riding off on the train,
Was
laughing
amazing.
his little frog butt off was one of my favorite.
Yep.
I want that as a GIF. Can someone GIF that for me? Just like, peace, I'm out.
Yeah.
I like the audio file a little bit better, but we talked about that last
The
week.
howling
we did.
laughter. Yes, we need it. We have chat saying they want Predaking back, and Kiki saying maybe in the legendary season 3. We're in the mythical season 2. I guess the legendary season 3 is what's coming down the line next.
Yep.
God knows what we'll call season 4 if it exists.
Yep.
Quantum season 4.
There you go. It may or may not exist.
It doesn't exist until you observe it.
Yep.
Sorry, it's a long day, you guys. Yeah, so we start off with Silverhound, who was evidently one of Thunderhoof's enforcers,
Sure.
who I still think of him as Uncle PJ.
Uncle PJ, absolutely.
Well, Silverhound looked a lot like, and I'm kicking myself for not remembering his name, but that episode where they were in the museum and it was the buffalo.
Oh, the buffalo
Yeah,
one.
the,
Yes. What was his name?
Earth something or other.
I don't know, but he
I-
was real dumb.
Whose name I can't remember, and I feel terrible for not remembering his name.
He was
because
great.
I'm the one constantly going, they have names, guys.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they really? He
Yeah.
was a buffalo.
Yeah, he was the one that tried to have a conversation with statues.
with a stuffed buffalo.
Yeah.
hey,
Terra
Terra
Donna
Thank you,
is in
Mark.
the booth coming through for us. Thank you, my
Much
man.
obliged. How did you know which episode to look up?
I know.
Well, we
I
did.
just googled Buffalo Transformer.
Good
Good job.
That worked out great.
You were on top of it.
It makes life really.
Yeah, Terra Shock,
really
Kiki,
easy.
we're on a little bit of a delay from you guys, so we
Yeah, it's
now
like,
know what the name is, but thank you.
It's like a minute and a half delay, but yes,
Yes.
we love you guys. Thank you for letting us know these things because we obviously have so much Transformers information
There's
in
a-
our heads that it just leaks through the cracks.
Yeah,
He
it's so
didn't, he
true.
didn't get a nickname, therefore no one remembers it. And I don't think he got let out.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember any of the Decepticons' actual names, I just know our nicknames.
You just know
for
Uncle
them.
PJ.
Uncle PJ.
Believe me, I had a hell of a time. Remember, I just go hungry like the wolf. That's it. That's
Steel
it.
Jaw.
Steel Jaw.
Yeah.
Thank
Or
you.
Troy Baker Bot.
Bot.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, I really like Troy Baker Bot.
Well, I know you came up with it. I remember "Hungry Like the Wolf" because music references are my thing.
Anyway.
And terrible puns, but you know that.
And Duran Duran, man. Like, just slight tangent, I love Duran Duran, like a lot.
could you
Like a lot.
not?
Like, I saw them at the OC Fair several years ago, and it was amazing.
Remind me, I have a medley that you need.
Perfect.
Well, clearly the next Steel Jaw oriented episode we have to open with Hungry Like the
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my god! Yeah,
100%.
unless something better comes up.
Yes.
But for the most part,
We'll reserve that in the queue for right now.
so we have Silverhound, and the point of Silverhound is to drive home what the point of this episode is going to be, and that is that Grimlock's disguise is not really working.
Nah.
And that they need to come up with something different. And I love that B brings up, yeah, we've been lucky, we're running out of cover stories. Like, we're aware that these are hilariously terrible excuses and that the citizens are just dumb enough to buy
Oh
them.
my god!
Like-
and Strong Arm's explanation of what he
have it.
was amazing.
I don't have the actual explanation written down, but I have requesting permission to make impossible explanation.
It was
'Cause she does that.
If Dinosaurs Could Talk exhibit
Yes.
is going to be at the fair tomorrow,
Yeah.
which
In the
if I were
science
a
hall.
kid,
I'd be like,
I'd be down.
I would be so disappointed if I went to that exhibit and there was no if dinosaurs
See,
could
I
talk.
There'd be no exhibit.
No, I feel like Grimlock now has like a civic responsibility to show up to this fake event. But I also love that as he was walking away, he's like, I am a robot who resembles a very handsome dinosaur.
Thanks, I covered that, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then the
along.
other time it was Grimm's idea with running through the forest. Like, we're just running through Simulation 29B, that's all. Move along, stay in school.
I'm liking the strong arm Grimlock team up. Like,
Yeah,
she's
I
really,
know.
like, I feel like she's legitimately really trying to support him, like, as best as she can think to do so.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question, because they are becoming a much better team than they were when we saw them
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago. Do you think by the time Sideswipe gets back, and obviously Sideswipe and Strongarm miss each other very much, even though they'll never admit it.
Oh,
Of course.
Because that's all that they could both talk about for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if when Sideswipe comes back, if he's not going to be the odd man out now. Because
Trouble in Paradise.
yeah. Well, because Grimlock and Strongarm are working really well together.
That is true. Or just all three of them could become like a magical team. They could all like morph into one bot. It could be like a Megazord kind of situation.
This isn't Voltron.
Listen, guys.
Or
I'm just saying.
Combiners. That's what
Yeah,
they're called
combiners.
here. That's what they're called in the Transformers universe.
I mean, I don't really think that that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I would be disappointed if that was. I think that there's kind of two ways that they can handle that storyline, and there's a way where it would be real disappointing and preachy.
Yeah.
And there's a way that it could be kind of fun. So we'll see what happens.
And there's always this chance of when you have like a really good idea or a really good like notion or beats for a character arc and
Yeah.
character relationships, but you can always fall short in the execution.
Sure,
so of
sure.
course there are right ways to handle it and wrong ways to
Right.
handle it. That might not even be what they're going for at all. It's just something that I noticed in this
Yeah.
episode and I'm kind of wondering about.
Yeah.
Well, and we have the same writing team as Prime, so I have faith.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the bottom line. I've seen 3
I
seasons and a movie of
believe.
your resume. Like, I'm down.
Yeah.
4 seasons at this point and a movie of your resume.
Yes.
4.5 seasons now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only counting whole seasons.
Sure.
I like doing things in wholes. We don't believe in fractions here.
Okay.
Just fracture. Yeah. That train of thought just derailed. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen,
Grimlock-
I would like to address that Night Chick in the chat says if Crown City doesn't already have that fan club, Grimlock is currently establishing it amongst the Crown City youth, which basically,
yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
what
feel
the
like they're-
kids do because you have like the child care room. So
Sure.
that's their fan club while the adults meet up and talk about whether or not they
right.
saw
I feel like,
large
yes,
robots.
there is a Grimlock fan club, and I feel like Kiki Stubbs, that I agree with you that Strongarm is playing the older sister role. I mean, yeah, you know, besides being like super lawful good, which I'm not, like
I adore it.
she's like, I feel like we're the same archetype. Like if I were a cartoon character, like that's me. I'm the like big sister type. Like big sister wants to be the leader and help everybody out kind of thing. You know
Gotta
what I mean?
take care of everybody.
Yeah, take care of everybody. And that's what Strongarm's trying to do.
Speedster is a misnomer.
Yeah, well, you know.
I love you, but it is. So the long and short of that is we can no longer take Grimlock out with us in public
Correct.
because we are running out of excuses, even though they are hysterical every time they
They
come
should just sit down and have a brainstorming session about all the different ways that they could make excuses for Grimlock.
I know.
Wait, we've already used that one. Wait, we've used that one too. Do
Yeah.
you really think they'll buy that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a really good thing that gigantic fighting dinosaur-shaped robots is a thing in this culture.
They do exist.
because-
Yeah. I mean, you could
Oddly enough.
You could just go with that excuse. Oh wait, this isn't the Coliseum where robots fight. We've gone to the wrong venue.
I'm
Yeah.
lost. I don't think my vehicle is street legal. I should go.
But point being, yeah, Grim once again in this episode feels like he's being left out. Although this time there's more of a legitimate excuse than just oh, we don't think he's very smart.
It's we can't take you out in public because people stare. Sorry, buddy. We still really need to be. I loved Fixit and Grim talking in this episode, though, and working together. And just, does this mean that we're going to get Fixit more in the field now if the crane thing is going to be more than just a one-off?
Listen, if anything to get more Fixit is fine with me. So,
Sign me up.
yeah. I love
That-
Fixit.
Yeah,
He's
no,
great.
he was really effective in this episode.
I loved him using the little nuts and bolts and his
I
drill
know.
just as projectiles. That was incredible.
He's very
I was
resourceful.
100% down for that.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm down for more Fixit. I am down for the green and orange team up. This is a thing of wonder and beauty. And him trying to figure out different disguises to help Grim, and just the garbage truck. I'm like, oh, it's salvage. I'm having a Rescue Bots moment.
It's taken, though.
Yeah.
It's taken. It's like taken, also taken. We're good.
Yeah, it's you mentioned Rescue Bots a little earlier while we were watching the episode, and I was like, man, that's just so unfair that like Heatwave gets several different Transformer modes.
Yeah.
And Grimlock doesn't get any vehicles. That's not fair.
No, it's like dinosaur or humanoid. There's no
And fire truck and boat.
yeah.
He's a little OP, isn't he?
Just a little bit.
And we should take a hard left turn back into the show we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
Rescue Bots premieres this weekend, so we're all kind of like
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
super excited. Yeah, just finding him a disguise, seeing all the different things it could possibly be, and then coming up with a crane and then painting the face on the
To look like a dinosaur.
and just the excuse like, this is the new dinosaur-shaped crane. It's going to help construct schools, and it's shaped like a dinosaur because everyone knows kids love dinosaurs.
But here's
That
the
checks
thing.
out. That checks out.
Yes, that is great logic because I know from personal experience as a child, I loved dinosaurs.
I know everyone does. It's one of those common denominator things. Doesn't matter if you like Barbies or G.I. Joes or what the heck ever, you love dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely played with dinosaurs. Me and my cousins, we definitely did that, and we spent more hours than I'm proud of. No, I take that back. I'm not ashamed. We spent many hours watching Jurassic Park like over and over again.
I got a whole story about Jurassic Park, but
I
it's
think
for
we
another
all
time.
have stories about
another
Jurassic
time.
Park in one way or another.
Good times,
We'll
good
Periscope
times.
later
Sure.
or something.
Yes.
Tell our Jurassic Park stories. Not right now. And just him singing Dino Crane, I'm a Dino Crane, and then having it come back. Oh, that's the children's whatever. That's the construction vehicle that
Yep.
the news said was blocking traffic earlier, and the little kids singing the song, just like,
Yeah.
God bless.
I missed who said it in the chat earlier, but somebody else was commenting in the chat about how adorable that kid
Yeah, and
was.
then I think it was maybe Jazzy J in the chat. I'm sorry if I'm attributing this to the wrong person. That the boy has a shirt on that appears to have a bot on it, and some people say that it might be RC. I would like a screen cap of that.
That would
Yeah.
be fantastic.
Someone screen cap that, tweet it at us, ABTVRID, and we want to see it.
we would appreciate
Please
that.
and thank you, you guys. That would be a good thing to have and
Yeah.
to be able to see.
Also, where can I get an RC t-shirt?
I know, I want one.
I want one.
Probably T-Punch at this point. Or T-Turtle or some
Yeah,
off-brand
Shirt Punch
place where
or-
you get
yeah.
all of your shirts. That
T-Public.
T-Public, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of.
Maybe there. Yeah.
Yeah, I recently found a shirt I was looking for on T-Public, so it's a
It
good
always
source.
helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Free advertising for people who don't sponsor us.
Yep.
Yeah, so God, let's talk about Quillfire. Let's talk about the return of the Redditor.
I mean,
They changed what his venom does.
yeah, didn't they?
They did, because this was the adventures in Bumblebee babysitting or whatever it was
that's
that we had
right.
last season, because it made him loopy.
Oh yeah, I
and
liked
we
this
don't
better.
have. I do too.
Well, I think that I think the justification for it here is that they were hit with so many quills that it was just overload on whatever venom was in those quills, and it just caused them both to pass out. As opposed to just getting hit with
well, but
one.
they explained that it was also keeping them from transforming, and I'm like, you're sure about that? Because
Well,
I
no,
feel
that
like
was more of the boot. That was more of the boot. Like,
no, they said it was the venom.
well, that he was saying that it was partially responsible, but they weren't strong enough because of the venom to break out of the boot.
Either which way, this did anyone else wince really badly when they wound up with that many spines?
Oh
in
yeah,
that?
it looked really painful.
Oh God!
And it looked really painful too. Like I mean,
They were in deep. They were
Yeah.
like in super deep.
And when Russell and Denny snuck in to set them free, and they were like pulling the quills out, I was like, oh, the pain.
You know, for kids.
Yeah, yeah,
Was
for children.
just- oh man, that was visceral, because that looked like it hurt.
yeah, I mean,
And I know we don't really bleed in this show, with the exception of following Steeljaw's trail of death. But yikes, you guys!
Yeah.
Yeah, although I did appreciate Strong Arm saying, I can't believe I'm being, like, forced
stuck here with a bunch of common criminals.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
And then Tenny and Russell sneaking in to get them out.
It was great.
Which I appreciate that
Stu?
their disguises actually didn't just let them in this time around.
I totally agree with you that they didn't work because it shows that the people of Crown City, at least some of the inhabitants perhaps, have a little bit of actual, like, common sense.
Cranial capacity going on.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just some guy going through the motions of his job. We need this, we need this, we need a work order. Oh, you don't have a work order. Sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah, well, and I mean, anyone who's ever tried to get into an impound lot, it's like... They treat you like a criminal.
I feel like there's a story here.
Listen, I've had my car towed before. It's not a good time.
I
don't recommend it.
I've had mine
happens a
towed
lot
too.
in LA.
It's not fun,
Yeah,
guys.
it's not a good time.
It's not fun. Be careful where you park.
Yeah.
Puma's out of the woods. Knock wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be careful out there.
But yes, no, I really enjoyed that they didn't have that they, these really dumb disguises they had did not work. But then, they basically like reversed the car and then just like snuck into a car that was being towed.
Which was like, wow.
It was very convenient. I will point out that the car that was being towed was in fact a convertible. So it was an open top car that they were able
I
to
don't
just...
think it was. I think they went through the window.
I feel like it was open on the top.
I think it had a top, but they definitely had a means of being able to just hop in
like the windows were
any
down.
problem.
Yeah, because in theory that car should be locked.
Yeah,
usually when you park
exactly.
your car, even in
Usually when a car gets towed, it's locked on both sides.
Yeah.
But we will say that, kind of convenient. But I will say the impressive part was actually Russell in his like crazy secret agent laser grid.
Why does an impound lot have a laser?
Yeah. Well,
What the heck?
Crown City science.
Randomly crazy high tech to have in there. Like, wow,
But
you
it
guys.
was very clever. He took out the security camera. He secured the perimeter. He provided a distraction. It was very clever and effective.
Yeah.
Okay, so most of the chat is talking about how there was a car in the lot that looked like Knockout. I missed this. Is that the common criminal one that there was?
I mean,
that's
that was
even
a red
better if
car.
that's the
Yeah, it was.
But that was a red car with a lot of paint on it.
That would be a nice nod.
Yeah.
I miss Knockout.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there fuming.
I mean, it's like a great... Being in an impound lot is where you could, in theory, have any kind of vehicle. It does provide you with a nice opportunity to have little like Easter eggs and tributes to other series.
Transformers. Yeah.
I would just like to see him show up again.
Yeah,
my
I would
favorite jerk. I love him.
rather that for sure.
I
But
guess
he's
still on Cybertron.
doing God knows what. What do you do when you have a chaotic neutral around?
When you've got a defector from the Decepticons, so he's got a criminal rap sheet, but he also joined the winning team.
The winning team
Yeah.
and did literally nothing useful. I feel like he's in a prison cell somewhere because if we reinstated the same awful ruling class that pretty much started the war, I don't think they would have any mercy. Side switch or not.
We keep going back to Cybertron right now is probably super corrupt. That being said,
I don't think there's a probably about that.
but I could also totally see Knockout like having a really good cover and then doing like evil mad scientist experiments on the side. I could see that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he hasn't taken off anyone's head and replaced it with anyone else's head that we know of, so I think we can kind of...
That'd be rude.
That'd be rude.
I don't know. That again, one of many questions that I have about the end of Prime.
One of many questions I have about the current state of Cybertron. Where's Jazz when you need him?
Exactly.
Seriously,
We need that
he
bot
needs to come back.
There are a lot of bots that need to come back. But anyway, that's a discussion.
What else do
for
we
another
need
day,
to hit on
probably.
aside from our fight scene at the end where it turns out that the crane is super useful after all?
I want to know, what was it that they were trying to steal? Because it's clear that Quillfire
Yeah.
was trying to get back to the island,
The
which is
island.
where obviously the rest of our Decepticon crew are hanging out.
Well,
What were
obviously they need
stealing
to
this
meet up
time
with the
around?
people from the other end of the plane.
Yeah.
Lost.
I love love the immediate agreement and then the realization. That I could not have asked for a better execution. No smoke monsters on that island, though. Just actual ones.
Nope, just real monsters.
God, that
Just a real
freaking show.
Real monsters.
That was a good show.
That was a great show, you guys.
Okay, so
Freaking
we don't
lost.
know what he was stealing, aside from that it was car parts.
Yeah.
Relatively small size comparatively to your average bot.
Oh, maybe they need small car parts to keep manufacturing more mini-cons because everybody has a mini-con this season.
They're like, oh, look at all these new recruits. We need to outfit each of you with a mini-con. Everybody who doesn't already have a mini-con, we need to get you one.
We don't have them in storage, sorry. We have Timothy in the chat saying, I'm surprised no one has made a Flintstones reference. I have a Flintstones reference in my notes.
It's 100%.
God bless Grimlock's disguise, I swear. No, it's just, and it was a very, very quick resolution about, oh, you can totally go on missions with us. We're cool. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Never mind that it's still wholly impractical to have him in that because he can't take it out.
And
he can't get out of it very easily.
I honestly think I will be surprised if this disguise comes back before the end of the season.
Yeah, I
feel
would
like it was
also
a
be surprised to see it
manufactured
again.
issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, not a bad episode, but definitely one of those that's like, if this comes back, I will be intrigued.
Okay,
yes.
we had Kiki Stubbs in the chat tweet us a picture of the Knockout Easter egg. So you tell us, guys,
excellent.
does this look like Knockout? Let us know what you
because
think.
it's got racing numbers on the sides.
Yeah. Let me see.
I don't know. Arguably, it's hard to
something
tell.
on the
It's
car-
hard to tell.
There's something on the car door.
So,
That's why
like
I
I
didn't
said,
think it was him because
like-
it's got race paint.
Let us know what you guys think. Is this a Knockout Easter egg? Let us know. Comment. Send us your thoughts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna retweet it anyway.
I'll put up a poll,
Boop.
and we'll
there it
see.
Is this Knockout?
What do you guys think? Yes.
I'm gonna tweet it right now.
He'd be at
You're
the
gonna.
Yeah, is this hashtag knockout?
And what we need is yes, we can't wait for him to come back, and no, race paint is tacky.
Or no, he's at the drive-in.
No, he's at the drive.
He's at the
Okay.
drive-in theater.
Okay. Oh, I was like, can I do a poll with the screen cap? Apparently not.
We tried.
Well, okay, we'll just ask it as a general question.
Anyway, later we are running a little short on time.
Okay.
So what else do we need to hit on for this?
Just the only thing I want to say is that Quillfire, he hasn't changed from the last
No.
time we saw him. But I do appreciate the fact that he actually seemed to care about these two mini-cons.
Yeah.
He sees them as like comrades in arms.
brothers.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is kind of endearing. It's
They're-
not a wholly good character
They're his like
development.
Redditor followers, you know what I mean? Like the two that respect his opinions and
That's
He
true.
didn't
My
have to-
followers.
He didn't have to convince them that they were on their way to Doranis, all right?
Yeah.
That makes life
Oh.
so much easier.
yeah.
I wrote down the quote, nice breakout. You'd make excellent Decepticons. Is that a compliment?
Yeah.
Like,
I
bless.
mean, everyone in the chat is like, absolutely, yes, it's knockout, and he's gone back to being a street racer. Like, he's hanging out with Vin Diesel. He's having a great time, you guys.
He's having
See,
a fun time
that
on
is a
Earth.
movie
That
I would
is a
be
movie
down
I would
for.
totally watch.
Knockout and Vin Diesel.
Fast and
Sign
Furious.
me up.
I feel like we need, okay, so like they're obviously like partway through Fast and Furious 8, so it's like whatever, but like Fast and Furious 9, like let's just get a crossover with Transformers and it'll be better than any of those Michael Bay
because that's
movies.
Bayverse.
franchises, so it's a possibility.
Well,
Yeah, they're both
exactly.
Universal movies. Guys, we can make this happen.
I do not want Bayverse in my anything. My anything.
But I'm just saying, like we could reboot Transformers within Fast and the Furious. I mean, where else is Fast and the Furious gonna go at this point?
That would be, depending on the execution, that is the
Space.
potential to be the world's best spin-off.
Yes.
Sign me up.
Oh my god.
I am down. The Fast and the Fabulous. Oh my god.
Thank you, Night Chick.
That's it. That's it.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the name. That's the phrase. Someone Photoshop me a movie poster of
Oh
it.
my
The
god.
Fast
I
and
want
Fabulous.
it. I want it. I would watch that TV program. I would watch that. I would pay $14 for that in a cinema. And for everyone who's like, $14? What the heck? We're in California, you
Yeah.
guys. That's the
Listen,
price.
I pay like 18 to see an IMAX 3D.
reserve seats, buy the nice popcorn, whole nine
Go get a
yards.
drink beforehand.
Oh,
and
yep, and make it universal.
Make it happen.
Oh my God, yes.
I don't know
Okay.
who we talked to about that, but
Listen,
we need to
it's
make it
so-
happen.
Work it out.
All right, if that is about all we have for the episode, then chat, because we have that lovely delay. If there's anything you want us to talk about, put it in there now. We will see that in a minute or two. For now, we want to talk about iTunes because we have new reviews.
Yay!
And this is what happens when you review our chat. Our chat's great. We love our chat.
Yeah.
Best chat. That's my chat review. When you review our podcast and you go on iTunes, you subscribe, you rate us 5 stars, you do all that fun stuff, you leave a review, we read your review because your review helps us out. It helps us get guests in. It helps us stay on the air. Our producers look at this and go, oh, they really like these people talking about giant robots. Let's keep this going. And so we have 2 lovely reviews from 2 lovely people who are getting lovely shout outs on our lovely show. How many times can I say lovely in a sentence? We have so much fun. So period. It's great. It's beautiful. I love you. From Tainry, Tainry, saying, if you're anxiously awaiting the next episode and you're hungry for more input, join the fabulous squee going on at the after show. Smart, franchise savvy, and funny host with a live chat provide enthusiasm and meta to satisfy bot and con alike. I have startled the cats laughing at every episode. You have cats!
Awesome.
They love Transformers and they love the show, but they don't flinch at calling out the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot aspects. Super fun, highly recommend.
Aww.
And we have Rev Up and Review Out from Artful Mexican. You guys are great,
amazing.
seriously. I love your guys' review show so much. As the only girl who likes Transformers in my friends and family, it's so awesome to talk about giant fighting robots just as much as I do. Keep up the good work and transform and roll out. Bless. We love you guys so much.
That's one of the things that I feel like I've really discovered on this show. I mean, I was very lucky growing up that I had a brother who I shared all the same kind of general interests with, and so I would watch boy shows with him and he would watch girl shows with me. But it's really cool. I feel like we're connecting with a lot of other women that like Transformers and giant robots in general, and it's great.
Yeah, no, I remember when the first Bay movie came out, me and my brothers we were telling our mom we were gonna go see it that night, and my mom was like, don't lie to me, Megan, you're only going because you want to see Josh Duhamel. And I was like, who's Josh Duhamel? And now, of course, I have a big crush on Josh.
Of course.
And we went to the midnight showing of the second one, which was kind of a mistake, but nerd cred is nerd cred.
Yeah, that once again, that was the thing, was because I really liked the Transformers cartoon that was on in syndication when I was a kid. So the G1 80s show, I have vivid memories. Love that show. I had a bunch of little Transformers toys, and I remember playing with my Hot Wheels and being disappointed that they didn't transform. Even though, guys, I love my Hot Wheels. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, hey, Artful Mexican is in the chat.
Awesome.
I think I just blew out my audio levels with that one, but hi.
Yeah, so I just feel like when we got to the Bay movies, I was like, I don't really want to see this because I feel like it's going to be wrong.
And lo and behold,
I was right.
I'll be honest, when because I didn't ever see G1 growing up, and I only saw Beast
Beast Wars. I mean, come on.
In
rewatching
passing.
that recently, Beast Wars had some stuff going on, you guys.
The first series I saw multiple episodes on multiple occasions was Armada.
Oh.
And because my little brother was watching it, so I would watch it with him.
Right.
So I will admit that when the Bay movies came out, the first one, I'm all about Transformers. This was cool. It renewed my interest in it.
Sure.
But
the first
man,
one was
is it
interesting.
objectively not great.
Yeah.
But I have to admit that I have to come clean.
Yeah,
Well, the first one was interesting.
yeah, the first one was fine.
Okay, it could be better, but it could also be worse. And
It's
then the second
stupid.
one was like, oh, it could be worse.
It's
Let's go.
stupid popcorn fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I own it, okay?
Oh no, I do
Listen,
too.
it doesn't have the emotional gravitas of Transformers Prime.
And
by
it
any
brought,
means.
it brought
Nothing
Peter
does.
Cullen back to play
did.
Optimus at the very least.
Yeah.
So
I'm into it.
and there was something
For
really
better or for
magical
worse.
about seeing that on the big screen for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
It was, and then things occurred, and now
And
I've
now
made
we're just
myself
sad.
so sad.
Now we're just sad.
I will say, Beast Wars is worth going back and watching, especially as an adult.
I know,
because there are things that are covered in that
Dinobot's
one.
the best, you guys. He's so
Animated
great.
is worth going back and watching as well, provided that you can get through 2 seasons of people not learning that actions have consequences. And always watch Prime, you guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
So good.
All right, we at the end of this little nostalgia fest, we are getting the cue to go for the week. So
right.
we'll be back next week.
We
We'll
will.
have a grand old time. So Emma, where can the people find you?
All over the internet at Emma Fyffe. That is my name with an @ sign in front of it. You can also find me on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz TV. Later tonight at 10 p.m. I'm doing the Bob's Burgers after show. And tomorrow at 10 p.m., that's Monday at 10 p.m., we will be covering episode 3 of the new season of Sailor Moon Crystal. And I'm real excited.
I'm Megan. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin. I'm also on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz, and I write articles for the Movie Chick. That's Chick with 2 Ks. Be sure to check those out.
I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and YouTube at Kiaxet. That's Kiaxet. I'm also on Snapchat at Kia Prime. Blind Spot is on Tuesday nights. Arrow is still on its 2nd spring break for reasons that none of us know. It'll be back on the 27th. And for the most part, I'm on the internet. Stop by, say hi. It'll be great. Tell us about your Transformers nostalgia in the comments and on Twitter. I'm really
Yay.
interested to see what got people into this franchise. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, rev up and roll out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
For the revolution!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.